Okay, welcome. Uh, I am going to attempt to write um, a map making program with you right now live, and I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. So, we're going to set up a grid, and this is going to be now P mode 4 is high res, and I should probably use that. But it doesn't have any color. However, let's just try to use that anyway. I don't know, I might be making a bad choice, but we'll see. So I'm just simply gonna um, set up, just say P mode 4, and then I want a screen. And I believe 1 is the black and white. I'm not sure. PCLS black. Let's run this real quick to make sure that's correct. And yeah, that's what we got there. So next thing, excuse me. All right. So next thing is we have to create a grid, and by memory, I think we go 256 by 190, somewhere around there. So I want to create squares. Thinking like I'm going to be starting a GIS course soon, hopefully tomorrow. Um, that it stands for Geographic Information Systems, and I'm going to try to. I'm excited about it, and I want to try to incorporate it into the color computer 1/2. Okay, and so I want to make it even. So we're gonna go 256 divided by now the squares. I'm gonna try. We're gonna try. We're gonna go 4A. And when you're nervous and when you're doing things fast, you just do the simplest stuff possible, okay? I'm just saying A. That's all I care about right now. For A equals 1, 2, 256. Step. I can't forget the step. I'm just getting my drink, which is nowhere nearby, so I'll be with you in a minute. And I'm coming. So one of my viewers reminded me to put the step in because after a while you just forget these elementary steps here, and you just forget. Actually, it was a step negative step, and not to get off subject here, but we're going to do step 32. No, we're not going to do step 32. We're going to do step 8. All right, so that will be positive increments of 8 till it reaches 256. I think the viewer was referring to a negative step, and I forgot what that does right now. It's totally unrelated, so I don't want to go off subject here. Okay, we're going to draw simply, we're going to put a line statement in here. We're going to put line, first is the x coordinate, and then the y coordinate comes next. So I'm going to do line 0 plus a. Okay, that'll start us going across in increments of 8, comma, um, now we're going from top to bottom. No, yeah, we're doing the vertical lines first. So, um, we need to make a straight line from top to bottom. So it'll be 0 plus a. Okay, drawing a blank here. I have no idea why. So that's our first x coordinate. This is not making sense here. We're gonna go. If I was going without the variables in there, 0, 0 to 0, 190. So, why is this not making sense? It'll make sense. It's just x, y. Oh, okay. You know, x. Now we need y. So y is going to be the same. It's just going to be 190, and I might have to lengthen that. I'm not sure on P mode 4 exactly how long it is, but we'll find out. So, no, that's not right. Zero xy to xy. Okay, y is always going to be 0 in this case. Alright, I'm sorry guys, it's been a while. Now, x is going to be changed, but it's always going to be 0 for y because we're always going to start up here on top. It's always going to end up 190 on the bottom. So I just need to repeat this pattern here and p-set it. And that'll give us, it's been a while, just bear with me, p-set, comma b would make a box, we don't want that, okay, then we're going to say next, and we're going to hope this works, going to run that, and there are the lines. I don't know why they're orange, and I don't know why they're so thick, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it's really bizarre. Maybe I have the wrong screen set. Let's try that. That's better, but I'm still seeing yellow. I mean, I don't know why. I'm seeing yellow and black. Edit 3 again. No, not 3. Edit 2. Strangest thing here. Let's run this again. Those are wicked thick and they're orange. What is going on here? I have absolutely no idea. Why is this computer playing with me? P mode 4. It's high res. Then I'm doing the screen command. Wait a second. edit to, let's try PCLS 0. We'll try putting that in there, and maybe I have it out of order, and we'll get rid of this, run that. No, it's still doing the same thing. I've never had this happen before. This is strange. Oh, I'm in the wrong P mode. No? P mode 1 is low res, right? It shouldn't be happening. Uh, this should not be happening. It should not be red like this. Weird. I have absolutely no idea why this is happening. I'm gonna have to look at my notes here on a different program on my desktop and see what the heck is going on here. Now, I know I'm doing this right. I just don't know why I'm getting orange in such thick lines instead of white. P mode for PCLS 1, screen 1 1. P mode for PCLS 1, screen 1 1. P mode for PCLS 1, screen 1 1. Okay. I'm not sure what was going on there. I don't know. Okay. But one thing I do know is that I didn't specify a color. And I think that might be what's doing it. And I don't want the screen white. I want the screen black, not white. But I need to specify a color. So I'm going to renumber this. And we're going to list it out. And I'm going to say color. I want to, white must be 1. If I'm PC listing 0, I'm not getting white here. Oh, this is making no sense. How am I getting these colors in P mode 4? Alright guys, this is what I'm looking for here. I'm sorry about that. I had artifacting on, and I was getting artifact colors, and I don't know how that happened. Those colors are not supposed to be in this set here. But I guess if I turn artifacting on, I can get colors. But that's beyond the point here. I don't know how that happened. I just looked at my settings, and under display, artifacting was on. I don't know why. That never happened before. You're not supposed to have colors in this mode. But apparently we can get colors. Something that I'm not even into, don't know anything about. So I'm going to turn that feature off. Now we're going to do the same thing from top to bottom for A. I'm just creating a grid here. For A equals, wait a second. All right. 0 to 256. 7 is going to be for A equals. Now we're going vertically, horizontally. So X is always going to equal 0. But I need to divide this screen up. Doesn't divide evenly by 8 unless it's 192, so we'll hope we have 192. So 0 to 192, step 8, because I want to make boxes that are same square, make them square. Now I need a line statement. X is always going to be 0. I just have to reverse it here to do the vertically, horizontally. So X will always equal 0. Y is going to change. And then X will always equal 256 on the other end. And I just repeat this pattern, and we'll get our complete grid. Or we should. There's some kind of error here. I don't know. On line 8, 0, 0, see. Oh, I put a comma there. It should be a dash line. There we go. Except for it bottomed out. So now I have graph paper. Okay. It's basically, if we're going to draw a map, um, and we're using like GIS, Geographic Information Systems, or any kind of a map. If we're if you look at a globe or an atlas, you know, usually there's a grid behind it, and if there's not, there's at least latitude, um, which are the parallels up and down lines, and longitude, which are the meridians, or the east to west lines. So, but when you're doing computing, excuse me one more second. It's getting a little hot in here. I gotta turn a fan on. Um, so when you're doing when you're doing computer science stuff with maps, you're gonna have this grid, and what I need to do next is I'm just gonna make this really simple for right now. Not that any of this should have been a piece of cake. I don't know what happened, but it's been a while since I did anything like this, but it's done, and I want to get on to the next part, which I'm going to need a joystick command in here, but I want to draw something. So I'm going to say, I'm going to attempt to draw my state, which is Connecticut. Okay, and I'm going to use the draw statement, and but I want to make it navigable with the joystick. Now all this is simple to do, but when you haven't done it for a while, and I'm not referencing anything, and it's live, and it's late live, and I'm doing it on cue, you tend to forget. So I need to reference something real quick here, on a program that I know that this works, so I'm not wasting time. And it's just my current game that I'm working on, Tales of Suburbia. So when I do draw, I use a bunch of commands that some people aren't familiar with. But it's easy to learn if you don't know it. I just have to see, here it goes. Now, the first thing we need to do here is let me just draw Connecticut, and then we'll modify the draw line. So I'm just going to put draw BM, and I'm going to kind of use just coordinates offhand. Try to find the center of the screen would be like, it's kind of hard when you don't really have a reference. Let's divide 256 by 4. I get 64. And then 190 by 4, 192 by 4, and I get 48. So let's say BM 60, 48 is about right here. And Connecticut is basically square, so I kind of want it'll kind of be centered in the screen. So our first command is going to be right, and I'm going to go let's see, 4 times 60, 4 times 60, something's not right here. 256 divided by 4, it's supposed to be 64. And then I think it was 48. 4 times 48, yeah. Alright, so 2 times 64 is 128, so we'll write 128. This isn't going to be perfect. There's little dips and things in the map, but I'm not going to include that. I'm just going to do like a rough layout, the way it might look if you were looking at a small scale map. You really wouldn't see particulars of a large scale map. So this is going to be from a small scale perspective. So I'm going to go down about, it looks like about 80% of the way. So if I can do some math here, 80% of 192 is 153.6. So we'll make it 154 plus 48. And that's not right. So we're already off the grid here. So that can't be right. So I want to go 80% of the way to 192 minus 48 would be 144 times 80% of 144 is 116 plus 48 is 164. We'll try that. We'll go down 164. And I'm going to put 100, go to 100, so I don't have to keep changing the go-to line. I can't even see it because the grid is over it. This is what I mean about not enough colors. So now I'm really annoyed. I can't see it. There's only 2 colors. I don't have a third color to work with. Okay, I'm changing this to P mode 1. So we have colors here. And that's a lot better. We'll lose a little bit of space, but not much. Alright, and I'm just going to have to give it a color. Right here, we're in color set 1. So now I'm going to have to look that up. Color set 1 gives us white, cayenne, orange. I don't know what we're using right now. We're using orange and white. Alright. We're using orange and white. So we have the background is, there is no 0. I need to change this now. So oh god. Color 1 is our white, getting an orange background. So that should be 4. Let's do the same thing. Alright. Now we're gonna pick a color other than orange and white. Just say C for color. I actually have to insert C. We'll make it either cayenne or magenta. I don't care which one right now, as long as I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, you can barely see that. And it goes down way too far. make it magenta. Hopefully that'll show up better. There you go. Now you can see it. And these colors are wacky. But I'm going to have to change the colors up. But that doesn't look right. It's like the wrong way around. Something, I don't know. Let's edit 11. We're going down way too far. And we're not. Now that I'm using another color set, the pixels are thicker and everything. So I have to allow for that. This is pretty much right, but I have to change it. It's not right. We're gonna take away. I'm not gonna take anything away actually here. I need to. I need to. It's 256 times 25%, 64. So that is 25% of the way, but it's too much. So we're going to go 256 times 10%. So 26. Yeah, it's better. But now I have to do the same thing. 192 times 10%, 20. This should be 20. Let's run this. Now it's going to be farther up in this corner here. Now this should be this long and that should be that long. So it's switched around. So I'm just gonna change these numbers around so that we're going right 164 and down 128. All right, but it's still not correct. So, all right, we're gonna go 192 times 90%. So I'm going to go 90% of the way over would be 173, but it's not doing odds, so we either have to round it down to 172 or up to 174. Round it up. Still not right. That's because I did 192 and not 256. 256 times 90 should be 230. Alright. Now it's way too far over. This is great. But I need to 230 minus 26 because we already have 26 over here. That's why it's going over. This should be right now. We should have a 10% spacing on this side and a 10% spacing on that side, which we do. So now that goes down, but it's going down just maybe a little too far because I have to put a diagonal like around to here and make a little notch right here and up here. So depending on my diagonal, I have to make a diagonal to like right here. I don't know. I can shorten that. And the diagonals are very steep when you use draw. So it's worrying me that it's going to be way too steep because they're like 90%. I mean, they're 45-degree angles. I don't need a 45-degree angle. And I forgot how to make angles less than that. I know you can. I'm going to have to look it up. So I don't have a book on hand. I have to use my virtual book here. Which is getting started with extended color basic. Hopefully, yeah, I opened up a new window there, but we're still on with me. You just can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to go right to, I think it's Sights and Sounds, draw the line somewhere. So let's see what they say about other angles. I have, for my angles, I use EFGH, and those are all 45-degree angles, so I can't use those. I'm gonna have to find another kind of angle. You gotta have other angles besides 45-degree angles. Here we go. AX lets you specify the angle of a line. So we don't want 90, 180, 270. So where would I put AX? Let's try A2. A2 left, I don't know, 100. Run that. That just changes the direction. It doesn't change the angle. Oh, that's 180 degrees is flat. Let's try A3. Run that. Yeah, we're not getting anywhere. It's just changing the starting point. It's not changing the actual angle of the line. So I need to get rid of that. Unfortunately, this thing only draws 45-degree angles, and that stinks because if that's the case, I'm in trouble here because and that's all it's saying, because I'll either have to use straight line statements, which I don't really want to do because it's going to mess up my program. I mean, the only thing I can really do here is try to taper it. And what I mean is, I'm gonna, I need angle G for this drawing. So I change the L to a G, and you'll see what happens. It's gonna go left like that, and that's not really too bad, but it's pretty far off. So I'll have to figure out a way to make tapers instead. So that's where drawing technique, your drawing skills come in. So if I can go, since we're using 8s, we'll try a pretty good sized block, like we'll try G32. We'll try G32, and then we'll do down 8, another G32, down 8, G32. I've used this before, and it's still way far off. How about G8, down 8, G8, down 8, just like that. Try that. Still kind of screwy. So we're getting this G down, G down. What I really need to do is, instead of the downs, I need to replace that with lefts. It's almost like using an Etch-a-Sketch. There we go. So that's what it should look like. And now, before I go any further with this, I want to get rid of the grid real quick. And this is what I mean by GIS. It's layering. And we can control those layers, even though we're using a very old computer. We can still have it function like a modern day computer science sort of computer. I just need to bypass. For right now, I mean, the best I'm going to be able to do here is just put a go-to statement in. We're going to go to straight to 10, and that'll get rid of the grid, and it's just going to show me the state of Connecticut. So that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go across for a good distance. You know what I think I should do here is I want to make let's edit 11. I want to make the lefts a lot longer, like 24. Alright, that should make things a little bit better here. So, bear with me, this isn't the easiest thing to do. I'm trying to literally copy a picture of the state of Connecticut here. Now, if I go left all the way to the Quinnipiac River, alright, we'll try that. Edit 11. So insert left, I don't know, maybe 8 times 6 times 8 is 56, so maybe 40. I don't want to go too far over. That's not enough. Try a different multiple of 8. 48 won't be enough. Let's try it. We'll go for 64. That's better. That almost looks like it. So normally there would be a notch here. I'm just going to skip over that. It's going to start going this way, but let me, I need to shorten down 128. 128 minus 32. Let's try that out for size. That's a lot better. I could always make it bigger again, but it's better. I think it might have to go down a little bit more, but right about here, we're going to go like this. So I'm just going to use a straight, it's pretty much a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to say G 48. See how that is. Not really right. I'm going to have to extend this some more. Left 64, 8 times 9 is 72. Let's change the 64 to 80. It's a lot better. So if I hook this up, go this way, make a notch. We're almost done here. I mean, it's gonna have to tweak a little bit, but we'll see. Edit 11. Now I want to use Command H, and we're only going to go a short distance here. H, multiples of 8 here. 16 might do it, I hope. And that's it. And then I have to hook back in with another command, which is E. We'll go edit 11. We'll go E 24. And Then we're gonna do, I have to keep referencing here. We're gonna do H, yeah, H. We're gonna do H, H again. That's not right. Yeah, no, actually it is H16. I didn't put an H. Run. And that's basically it. Now I just have to connect this up to there. And that's basically the state of Connecticut. I mean, it's real rough, but that's a pretty good representation. I'm not using, you know what I'm going to do to make this connect? I'm not using any measuring tool, just my eyes. We're going to change this to H8. That's a little better, and that should connect right up to there. I'm just using my math knowledge of multiples and things like that. I don't know how far up I need to go. I went down 96, so we'll go up, I don't know, 96 and see where it lands. It's not enough. And God, some people are always noisy. It's 9 o'clock at night and I can hear these people out there. All right. Let's see. I basically, you know what? I'm gonna go H. You know, I'm gonna deviate from. I have to deviate from. I have to deviate from my multiples of 8 just for a minute because it's not lining up right. And make it a 10. And it's still not going to line up right. So I'll have to make it a 12. I don't know what I started with, but 12 is not a multiple of 8. But whatever lines it up, that's it right there. Now we have a pretty good darn picture of the state of Connecticut right there. I just have to bring it up a little more. We'll try up 106. And every time I want to use the software keyboard for getting in and out of editing, I have to use a separate window on GP through a CDGP. It's a little different than XROR. Actually, the keyboard is the same, but I have a different computer now, and it's a real pain in the ass to try to manipulate the Coco keyboard on a modern day keyboard. It just doesn't line up right, and it's a pain in the ass to. It's almost like you need a keyboard layout to go over your existing keyboard. And I'm just using a laptop, so that's not feasible. And this keyboard is already way too small because this laptop is probably it's probably a 3/4 of the size of the other laptop. I had a giant Acer before. Thing is, doesn't even. I had to switch out to this Lenovo. It's quite a bit smaller. Not that much smaller, but it's noticeably smaller at first. And the keyboard just sucks. So I might get an external regular keyboard, like for a regular, um, a normal keyboard separate. I don't know what I'm saying. You know, like a USB keyboard, like a regular computer keyboard that I can use when I'm programming on the color computer and doing Word and things like that. It makes it a lot easier to type that way. So we're going to edit line 2. Try to get rid of this go to statement for a minute and put the grid back on there. So now we have our layers. And this is all I'm going to be able to do right now. The colors make it hard to see. But I can color this map in. Actually, I'd have to do that first because the grid is already there. So I'm going to have to play with the colors. This is all I can do right now. I just spent an hour on this, and I'm going to have to make a follow-up video because what I'm going to do is keep adding to this and use the joystick to move the map around and make it bigger and smaller using the draw command scaling feature. So at your fingertips, you'll be able to move the map around, zoom in the map, zoom out the map, and put different features on the map, like landmarks and things like that. All right, so I have to insert a disk image, and I'm gonna use my, I need to get my glasses on here. I need to insert a blank disk here. MS-DOS blank. Why did I forget how to do this all of a sudden? What the heck? MS-DOS blank DMK. MC-DOS blank DMK. That's what it is. It's been a while. Save. GIS. CT is what I'm going to call this for right now. I'm going to list it, save it, and I'll be back with you guys with another video. Sorry about stumbling at the beginning of this. It's been a while, and there's some heavy graphics in here, statements, and I didn't know my the artifacting was on. I don't know how that happened. That never happened before, but I'm gonna go off here and I'll see you on a follow-up video. You're welcome to make comments, but this is what I mean about using your old computers for new things or things that are happening in the world now. It's all based on this same Microsoft. You know, it's just gotten better over the years. They've added and added and added and added and added on. So it's, you know, it's multimedia now. This is actual coding from the ground up. You do the exact same thing, but you have to create it yourself. And, you know, I don't think 12 lines of code is a lot. And this is what you get, and I just started, so it's like, you know, like I've been saying, this computer is good for a lot of things, and people just don't know how to use them anymore, these old vintage computers, and they're just as good as these new computers, if not better. The only thing is, you're being sold a package now that's user-friendly, and that's the only difference. So take care. I hope I get some comments and whatever, but I'll catch you guys in a few days. Bye.